Welcome, everyone, to the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. I am Zester, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. And hopefully, everything is working well in terms of audio and camera. For some reason, it keeps resetting. And so I think I'm coming through clearly, though. So, how is everyone doing? Welcome, Kukla and David, Deborah, and Baja Girl. Oh, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Oh, hey there, Overcoming Victory. Thank you as well. Richard, we're going to go a little bit into that one. Yeah, things are not looking great right now in terms of the market. And so we're going to look into that one with the news. Oh, and Angela Snowden says, hi, Zester, my first time here. We are super glad to have you, Angela. And I hope if you do have anything that you are confused about, we've got a lot of videos that are all saved on the channel. So it's not hard to catch up. I would go ahead and give a warning, guys, that I don't know if it's coming through in terms of my voice, but I have been fighting some kind of cold over the weekend. And so today's stream may end up being cut short at some point. As long as my voice keeps up, I'm going to keep going, but I am not certain just how long that may last. So just as a heads up for everyone, if we start ramping down the stream quickly, it is probably because I'm afraid I'm going to start coughing on everybody. At least coughing into everybody's eardrums with the mic. All right. Now, Linda McDaniels, I do not do email addresses. I don't do that because it's too many. And so if you do want to be able to send a message to me, though, we do have a way to do that. And so you can go directly over to actually my Discord server, and you are able to go in there and actually leave a ticket, Linda. And so there is the link to my link tree. And if you actually click on the Discord option, you will then end up popping over into the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. And so I'm pulling that up on the other screen real quick so that I can actually show you exactly how to do that. And so, Linda, if you do want to send or talk channel, and then you can come down to submit a ticket. And when you click open ticket, it is going to allow you to join in with everyone else that has opened up tickets. And so, Linda, to give you the reasoning behind that is because I have 45 open tickets. That is why I do not do emails. And so this is the way where you can guarantee that you get to talk to me, and I can make certain that I get to see your questions or your problems, and I'm able to actually help. Unfortunately, it's just the only way to really manage it. Matter of fact, I've been trying to convince Pops that he needs to do the same, but I know that Discord is a new platform for a lot of people. And so that does make it a bit more difficult. If you do have any issues, though, with Discord, Linda, please let me know, and I will make certain to help out in regards to that one. And so whether that means leaving a comment or anything, I do read all the comments on all the videos, guys. I do check them out. Occasionally, I try to get a response in when it's something that makes sense to have out there publicly in that fashion. But I will make certain, Linda, that I am looking for your ticket. And so if you jump in, you are also able in there, if you have any issues once you jumped in getting the ticket to work, Linda, if you just come to the general section, you're able to then post anything into here, and I'll be able to go through and help out. And that just keeps everything nice and organized. And it also lets you interact with me without there being any risk. Because if you go through and you actually submit the ticket on Discord, the only people that can see it are myself or Jeremy, my business partner, who helps out with some of those things. And so we both know everything there is to know in terms of the crypto space. And so you can go into there and feel very, very safe knowing that, it's not somebody who's impersonating me or things of that nature. Because I know there are fake Kuklas out there. There are fake original Mark Z's. There are fake Zesters. They're running around and they're trying to scam people. And so this just guarantees that there's no chance of somebody ending up having a conversation with the wrong Zester. And so I am looking forward to seeing your message in there, Linda. Definitely. Oh, Abundant 8, your dad still has an old Discord. I think I am the only mod left there. I bet that's the Wild West Abundant 8. I think we set up that Discord back in 2018, maybe. Might have been before that. I am not certain. Somewhere way back there. I remember. I remember because Pops is a huge fan of Discord. He hates Telegram, and so he has always been a big fan of Discord. And so that was what we tried. But Telegram is such an easy service. So many people know how to use it. So many people use it for everything else. Most of the time, it's just easier to go the Telegram route. Oh, Richard, definitely do. We have got everything over here. And so also when it comes to links and things of that nature, if you come into the today's links, you'll be able to go through and see a bunch of different links from all of the different days. Allows people to go through and actually do some extra research or check up on anything. Maybe I didn't read the whole article and you're interested. You're able to come here and check it out. It gives everyone an update when I have a new tweet. It gives everyone an update when a new YouTube video is going out. And so you'll see here today at 4:54 p.m., Crazy Kryptonaut just posted a video. That's the video that everybody has clicked on right now. It gives everyone an update that it's coming. It makes for things being easy. You can even leave little different emojis and things of that nature. And so I am a huge fan over here of it. And also I know this is where if I can't make it, that a announcement will be made that, hey, there won't be a stream today. And so very useful one-stop shop where you can learn about things. You can even come in here and go into the music room and start playing music. So you can actually join into the music room and then leave song requests inside of here in order to sit around and have a little concert together. So for anyone that hasn't checked out the Discord, it is really cool. We had a really amazing guy make it who is extremely good at what he does. And so, yeah, no, definitely do check that one out if you have any interest in being able to directly contact me or just hang out with everybody when we don't have the stream open. Everyone is more than capable or more than available to come in and just hang out all day. Y'all can talk about anything you want. Well, within reason, anything you want. So, oh, Bear, I'm glad that you were able to make it to this one during the live stream. I am super glad to have you. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the week. Oh, and David, it wouldn't be a stream without the Apple. Thank you so much for making it. And of course, thank you, Kukla, because I always try to forget that everything inside of the Crazy Kryptonaut channel is for educational and entertainment purposes alone and should not be viewed as financial advice. Consult a certified professional before making any major decisions with your financial future. All right, though. No, hey there, Donna. How's it going today? Yeah, no, absolutely. And so, guys, because of my voice, we will probably jump fairly quickly in. But if anybody does have any questions, I know with the XRP video that there was a lot more. There's a lot more interaction, questions, and opinions when it came down to that one. And so if there is anything that anyone has to ask in regards to XRP or anything else going on in the market before we jump into the news, now would be a perfect time. I will give everyone a second to go typing out any of those questions while I go locate a Valentino real quick so that he can make his appearance for the day. I think he's probably being a bum sleeping on my bed right now. And that was exactly the answer. A lazy bum Valentino was busy sleeping on my bed while I'm busy at the computer. That's his normal routine. He's got the sleepy eyes and everything. Oh no, don't go falling asleep here. You can have your little bed right here. He's got a little bed in house right next to where I work. So he can always come to hang out, but I think sometimes he likes to steal the bed when I'm not around. He seems to enjoy it. He is. He is too cute and too sweet. He really is. Yes. 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 Oh, Valentino, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. All right. You hang out over here. Let's get into the crypto news. He is, Richard. He is too much. I do not know what resulted in Valentino being the way he is, but he is a loving floppy mess. All right, though. Hey there, Mary Jones, saying hello, handsome Zester and beautiful Kukla. Hey, both today. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to the week, Mary Jones. Hopefully, we're looking at a good one. Hopefully, we are looking at a good week. I know with all the financial news and everything else coming out that it doesn't look like a good week for the stock market. That's for certain, and it doesn't look like a great week for crypto, kind of on account of that. So we are going to jump into a bit of that one as we get into the news. But hello, Grandma Sally and Deborah Muse Wolf. He is so chill. He absolutely is. That's just him. Every once in a while, he will get the zoomies and he turns into an absolute maniac. And he's running all over the house, sliding around corners and everything else. Sometimes he'll get in the mood, but usually Valentino is just all about lounging around. Kukla, God had a reason to give you a sweet kitty. Lots of love. Yeah, I don't know what I did right. But he definitely showed up at a good time. Not a planned time. I was not planning on having any pets at the moment, but you take blessings when they arrive. And so I went ahead and ran with it because he is an absolutely, he was a gift. He was a gift to me. So very happy to have him, even though he is a stinker. He went the other day, guys. And so I have a box of litter. And I keep it in a closet out of the way. And then he has his litter box. No problem. Never been an issue. Well, apparently, Mr. Tino figured out how to open the box of litter. Needless to say, I found the other day that Tino had decided that he now had 2 bathrooms. So I was there, needless to say, having to clean out the box of litter purchased from the store. Compliments of Valentino deciding that he would like to have 2 bathrooms in the house. That was unexpected, but to give him credit, he was smart enough to go at least find more litter. So I can't complain too much. I wasn't the happiest about it. Deborah Muse, he does need a cat wall. That will have to be on the list as I continue moving over to my new place and everything of that nature. A cat wall behind me is going to be a requirement. And Kukla, bad Tino. I couldn't even get mad at him. Yeah, it was funny. If he does it again, I might be a little angry at him. But I got smarter this time. The box is securely covered now at this point because he was Angela. He was a smart boy at least. Could have been way worse. Absolutely. So with that though, guys, let's go ahead and let's jump in to our first little thing of the day, which of course is going to be checking on our Coinbase staking. So we are up to a quarter, guys. We have earned a quarter in our staking with Coinbase. We are still yet to get paid on our USDC. So we can see that we haven't hit a month yet. And so our first USDC payment has not arrived, but we have received payments on, I believe, every other crypto at this point. So our $11.50 of Maddox, our $13.13 of of Polkadot has earned 10 cents. That's actually pretty substantial. Our Solana, our $12.82 of Solana has earned a rockin' nickel. Our $12.18 of Tezos still yet to get paid. This is one I'm actually very curious about. And so I am not certain why we have yet to earn any return on our Tezos, because we're supposed to be earning every 3 days. And so I'm thinking that the Tezos is probably going to get sold and rotated over to another cryptocurrency. Of course, we're not talking big dollars here, but I'm not going to leave it sitting there doing nothing. Our Atom, our $16.15 of Atom has earned 3 cents in the time. And final one, our Ethereum has earned 5 cents on $31.50 in a actually fairly decent amount of time. I should have been paid essentially. I imagine it's coming out to about a penny every 3 days on the $31. So nobody's about to become an overwhelming millionaire on the Coinbase staking, but it's David, when it comes down to it, if you were planning on holding the crypto anyway and you weren't planning on selling, why wouldn't you get paid? Especially the one that I'm really looking forward to is the USDC, the 5.1% APY on USDC. Remember, there is no locking period on this one. So you can just put money in, and at the end of each month, you end up getting your return. I'm very curious to see how this one works into the long run. I do have more actually on through different staking in my own personal portfolios that are similar. And this is my first time playing with the Coinbase staking option for USDC. And I'm looking forward to seeing the results, because I think I will be moving a lot of other dollars that aren't being used into USDC to sit on the Coinbase platform, just because nowadays, while 5.1% is only barely beating inflation, it is absolutely beating what I'm going to receive in a checking account or something of that nature. And I want the money to be liquid. I want to have access to it at a moment's notice. By utilizing this, I am able to then take it out whenever I need it, pay bills, buy a new set of tires, whatever may end up being the reasoning, or purchase maybe cryptocurrency during a market correction. I'm able to have access to it. And so this is the one that I'm really waiting to see the my first month's payment on my $26 on that one, because remember, it's USDC, it's a stable coin. I put in $26.44. I'm going to keep having $26.44. And actually, when they pay me, I'm going to start earning an interest off of the paid funds. And so you can technically view this as a compounding interest equation, where each month I will receive the portion that I have been given, and then I will receive the continued interest off of the added dollars. And so this does make it particularly easy. All right. Oh, that's a great question there. Deborah Muse Wolf says, question, Sester, if we're staking, the tokens are not in our possession. Correct. They stay on a platform. That is correct, Deborah. So you can essentially view that as like going and checking your jacket at the door. You receive a ticket saying, this is your jacket. It's no one else's jacket. And you can go back and you can give them the ticket, and they give you your jacket. You can think about it in that fashion. And so assuming you trust the person who's holding onto your jacket, there's not really any danger here. You're going to go back and you're going to get your jacket back. It's the same idea when you stake. That's why you have to make certain that you understand how different staking contracts or how different staking options work. In the case of USDC here, we're not actually staking. And so with USDC, we're just receiving 5.1% APY as an interest rate for having USDC on the platform. Now, keep in mind, it's not in my wallet. Technically, Coinbase has my USDC. Now, in the case of Polkadot here, what Coinbase is doing is Coinbase is just saying, okay, let's let all of our users say how much they want to stake. And then we, Coinbase, are going to go off and we're going to create a proof of stake node. And so we're going to get paid for operating this node. Then we're going to give people who gave us their Polkadot a cut of the money earned by operating the node. And so that money, once you actually technically stake your Polkadot, so, I've come here and I've chosen to stake my Polkadot. At that point in time, Coinbase doesn't have my money. I don't have my money. Polkadot has my money. And so if you want to think about it that way, you can kind of think of it as USDC. Coinbase has my USDC. On Polkadot, Polkadot has my Polkadot. And Coinbase is working essentially as a middleman. They're saying, we'll handle all the complexities. We'll make this easy for you. You just go right through, give us the Polkadot, and we'll give you 9.27% APY for having done so. And so that is an important question right there, Deborah. That's a very important one to keep in mind, is that when you are staking, you are taking a small portion of risk in that you are trusting whatever platform or whatever business model you are handing over your crypto for. Now, because of the blockchain ledger, it is very easy to prove that it's your money. It's very easy to prove. It's transparent in that fashion. But it doesn't mean something couldn't happen. And so that always has to be kept in mind whenever you are looking at things of a staking nature, that different staking pools have a larger risk than others. In the case of Polkadot, what they are using my stake for is they are actually operating a proof of stake node. So there is an extremely negligible risk that anything is going to occur to my Polkadot because it's not changing hands. It's secure. It's not being used for liquidity or being used to make trades or anything of that nature. It's not really hackable. And so I don't have to worry in a large degree that my Polkadot is safe. Other staking options are entirely different. And so when we as a community encounter those other pools, I'm going to go through and point out if they're riskier or less risky. Usually the easiest way to figure out if something's risky is going to be looking no further than right here. Whenever people tell you you're going to earn a high return, it's because you're taking on a high risk. High returns, high risk. If everybody could just earn 10% on all their money with zero risk, everybody would be doing it. In which case, there really wouldn't be the same benefit to having actually made the investment in the first place. If everybody's currency is inflating at 10% per year, then nobody's currency is actually gaining value at 10% per year. So there's a reason that the interests are higher. You are taking on a larger amount of risk. In the case of Polkadot, you're not really taking on a risk. But each different platform has different rules. Same thing with Matic. Matic is a proof of stake node. I'm not really risking my $11. But Polygon or Matic only pays 2.78%. So it comes down to also which cryptocurrencies do I want to be paid in? Because remember, I get paid in Polkadot for staking Polkadot. I get paid in Matic for staking Matic. I get paid in Solana for staking Solana. And so these are all compounding, but also I am having to take into consideration that the price of Solana might change. In which case, if I spent $200 buying Solana and I stake it into the pool and the price of Solana goes down 50%, well, now I'm only earning my rate off of $100 worth of Solana. And so in that situation, on paper, I just lost half my money. Now, technically, I still have the same amount of Solana I did at the beginning, but the value of one Solana is less. And so these are all the different questions that you have to kind of keep in your head when you're considering staking. It's that it's not just that I'm going to get a certain return. It's that I'm going to get that return in the native crypto that I staked. And do I think the price of that cryptocurrency is going to go up or down? In which case, I might want to reconsider my decision to stake it or to even hold it in the first place. I would not suggest to anyone that you buy Polkadot and stake it just because they offer a higher return. I mean, I wouldn't suggest that being your only reason. You're going to need more logic than that because you are taking on the risk that the price of Polkadot is going to go up or down. Best case scenario, you buy Polkadot, you stake it, the price of Polkadot goes up. Now you earned interest and you get to sell your Polkadot for more than you paid for it. In a perfect world, that would be what we're looking to achieve. All right. Weezer 58 questions, Esther, what do you know about Dexacore? Actually, Weezer, I've heard the name, but I do not know what it is. And so maybe we will jump in and check that out real quick during the stream. If anything, I am going to go ahead and get it pulled up so that I will be able to check it out after the stream if we don't get to it or my voice gives out before we get to that point in the stream. So I will have that one written down. Weezer, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will try to get you an answer on what I think about Dexacore. Oh, Grumpy, glad to see that you're here. And Deborah Muse Wolf. Yeah, my XRP was locked up in my crypto Roth IRA as soon as the SEC lawsuit was filed. Yes, when it comes down to it, any financial institutions are going to do what the SEC says, essentially no matter what, because it endangers their entire business for them to do anything. They essentially don't have a choice. And so that stinks though, Deborah, to have your XRP locked up in that fashion. I have to imagine there's some way to get them to hand it over, but I can't say that I've ever had the situation. I very rarely keep any cryptocurrency on an exchange where anyone or any government could control it. And so for me, the only time that I could really get hit is in the process of buying. So, when I'm busy over here buying something new or things of that nature through Coinbase, that's really the only time where I'm worried about a government or a financial institution being able to shut down my ability to utilize my crypto. All right, continuing forward, let's see what else we've got here. Oh, Weezer, yes. Tino is always ace. Always. Donna Thompson says, how about Dex Screener for analyzing cryptos? Dex Screener is a good service. I tend to go towards Dex Tools when I am checking out a project for the first time and I want to see the chart. I tend to go to Dex Tools, but Dex Screener provides more in-depth information. And so if the crypto is large enough, Donna, I would say to check out Crypto Quant. And so this all depends on the size of the crypto. They don't have all of them, but if it's a large one, you'll be able to go in here and you'll actually get a very, very full and in-depth look at the cryptocurrency. And so with the Theta network, I can immediately click on it and I can see how Theta is doing in terms of the metrics today. And so we see that essentially across the board, Theta is sitting in a very, very neutral position. And so I'm capable of going through and seeing essentially everything about it. And so I would say if it is a large enough size, Donna, Crypto Quant is kind of a one-stop shop where you're able to go through and learn a lot. Oh, Angela Snowden, do not worry. Angela says, this all makes my brain hurt. Clueless and afraid. This is so Greek to me. You do not need to worry, and it will be a bit overwhelming because we've gone through a lot of the little basics there at the beginning. And so if you check out my videos on the channel, you should be able to start at a point where we all started at. And so we are still learning. Absolutely, Angela. We are not very far in this journey because it's an awfully long journey. But everyone, I think, has come a pretty long way in terms of their understanding over a lot of the basics of crypto. I know that we now have hundreds of people who are capable of sending their crypto around, of setting up their Ledger hardware wallet. We've made a lot of progress. We're getting there. And I'm extremely proud of how far everyone has gotten so quickly. And it's only going to be more and more and more, because as we get further along, we're going to get into more advanced topics. And once we get into more advanced topics, then you're going to start to learn how to do way more with your crypto and way more of what's possible out there. So far, we've we've stayed to the shallows. We have not tried to dip our feet into the deep end. We are not even close to the diving board yet. We are still in the floaty section. We are definitely still on the slow descent into knee-high water. And so do not worry, Angela. Do not worry. And it is, Mary. It is not easy. Mary, I can't text, and I'm supposed to be good at it. And for some reason, I can't do it. I just prefer to talk to someone. I prefer to hear their voice, to speak myself. Whenever I start trying to text, it takes me forever to write a message. It takes me forever. Oh, Grandma Sally, Angela, I didn't know where to start. I started with Crypto for Dummies from the library to learn the vocabulary. That is a great idea, Grandma Sally. That's a great idea. We do have a video out there on the channel where we go through some of the crypto lingo, but that is going to be far more comprehensive, and it's nice to have it written. It's nice. All right, though, guys, let's go ahead and jump in, because I can feel the voice on its way. And so let's make certain that we don't go missing things. All right. So yes, guys, we are not looking at a lot of great news for the day. Of course, Bitcoin continues to struggle. We've maintained this we're beat bopping between 61 and 70. If we look on the 7 days, we're doing the same thing that we have been. We are on a bit of a trend downward, and that is largely on account of the ETFs and, of course, U.S. stagflation. And so we are always going to be at this point, not always going to be. We are, for now, going to continue to be tied with cryptocurrency to a lot of traditional finance and to the actions of our central banks. And so there is a great deal of worry that the U.S. stranglehold on the petrodollar is fading away. And as that continues to fade away, there's a lot of worry that a vast majority of cryptocurrency users and cryptocurrencies are pegged to the US dollar. And so there is a distinct worry that if things get worse and worse for the United States economy, that we're going to see an increased degree of volatility in crypto. Remember, when we look at the largest tokens on the planet, we immediately see Tether, USDT here at a $110 billion market cap, $35 billion per day in volume of trading. What happens if the value of the dollar starts to truly plummet? Now, this $110 billion of worth $1 today, what's going to happen? Is Tether going to be able to activate the money printers? Well, this all depends. USDC sitting at a 33 billion, $7 billion in 24-hour market volume. There is a distinct worry here, guys, that the inflation from the US dollar, because it has been utilized as the major stablecoin pegging, could end up suffering. And we do have other options, but in all honesty, would we want to run over, to the euro? And of course we do. Tether has the euro tether sitting at $1.06, or the price of €1 today. And would people try to flee to the euro? Maybe that would be the move. There aren't but 400 million euro tethers even in existence, and so we only see $3 million in 24-hour trading. Would we see that move made? Probably not. It's not like they could even handle it if they did. And so there is something to be said here when it comes down to it. The way that the U.S. decides to handle the fall of the petrodollar, the fall of the fiat strength, we're going to have repercussions that are going to extend into the crypto markets in serious ways. And of course, we do have some folks with some decently bad news out there. chart veteran who predicted Bitcoin's 2018 collapse, says that the bull market of today may be over. Brandt's latest view is based on a statistics concept called exponential decay. So he's claiming that bull market may have ended at the recent record high of over 73,000. Veteran chart analyst Peter Brandt said. Had already topped, according to historical data. Of course, this is an opinion piece. And so in a report shared with CoinDesk, Brandt suggested that Bitcoin's upward trajectory may have reached its peak. This starkly contrasts his February prediction that the bullish cycle, starting from the bear market lows in November 2022, could extend out to September of 2025, with prices reaching as high as $200,000 per Bitcoin. This latest projection is based on a statistical concept called exponential decay, which describes the process of reducing an amount by a consistent percentage rate over a period. Bitcoin has historically traded within an approximately 4-year bull-bear cycle, often associated with the halving events. We've talked about this one. This is what we're going through in terms of the Bitcoin halving, talking about how the markets had kind of already priced it in and things of that nature. There have been 3 major bull market cycles since the initial bull cycle, and each cycle has been 80% less powerful than its predecessor in terms of the price multiple gained. So he is claiming that if this cycle continues, this reduction in terms of the power of the bull market, that we may be seeing a stark drop in terms of the price of Bitcoin throughout the rest of 2024. And Brandt predicted Bitcoin's 2018 collapse to under $4,000. That in and of itself, I don't believe is entirely true. It barely made it under there for a while. I'd have to do more research on Mr. Peter Brandt here personally, but it is interesting to see opinions out there. And so very, very much so intriguing. And I really enjoyed the overall data that he has throughout each of the different bull bear cycles. I'm going to be digging into this one a bit more. I'm not in any way running for the hills or anything of that nature. But as you guys know, I don't really do that no matter what when it comes to cryptocurrency. I believe in the long-term value proposition. So there are very few cryptos where I start to get worried if the price goes down. I get worried about the cryptos that I don't have long-term faith in. If I don't have long-term faith and I start to see the market turn, those start to be a little anxiety provoking. But in all honesty, for right now, I am not made any major moves in terms of my own portfolio in any form or fashion. But it's interesting to hear opinions. We need to make certain that we don't just listen to people that tell us what we want to hear. We need to listen to people that are telling us the absolute opposite. And then we need to figure out whether our understanding, our logic, our reasoning behind why we think we're right may not be right. We need to be able to defend our own points. And so I enjoy going through and listening to these. And he is someone who has been right in the past. And so he is not someone to just entirely dismiss. So this article will be inside of our Discord. And so everybody today, if they do want to check those out, you'll be able to come over here to today's links and you'll be able to see that as soon as the stream ends. All right, though, continuing forward. Already checked that one out, and we get just a little bit of an insider opinion from the SEC, and I believe from our good old friend Gary Gensler. So the SEC has considered Ethereum as a security for an extended period of time. Doesn't really come as much of a shock, but that's not the way that they were talking for many years. The U.S. SEC and its chairman, Gary Gensler, have considered Ethereum a security for at least a year. According to Fox Business, Consensus, which develops Ethereum software, filed an unredacted complaint against the agency after this was revealed. Remember, that was actually the Consensus article that we looked at on Friday, where they are attempting to sue the SEC for the SEC's actions inside of the cryptocurrency space. Absolutely in full support of Consensus on that matter. The SEC is a despotic and authoritarian 3-letter organization that does not seek to protect us as U.S. investors. It seeks to protect and expand its own role and power in terms of being able to control our financial futures. So everything said on that one. Hopefully the SEC hit squad isn't after me, and hopefully consensus wins that lawsuit. Hopefully it does. Weezer 58, there's a code, new platform they gave me 18. Oh, are you referring to Texacore? Well, Weezer, I would go ahead and I would tell you to not give them any of your personal information because unfortunately there are no free things in life. And so I would highly, 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 highly suggest, Weezer, you be extremely careful with your money and your personal information. I would make certain they do not have access to any of your debit or credit cards. If they do, Weezer, I would go ahead and call the bank and have those cards canceled immediately because 99% positive that is a scam. Hopefully, it isn't. I truly hope that Texacore is out there handing out $18,000 in Bitcoin. I will be happy to sign up and I will do research to check on that, Weezer. But if I were a gambling man, I would probably gamble that that they're collecting your information and trying to steal your wallet. Oh, Wample, I need to start from the beginning. It seems overwhelming, but I promise, Wample, it's not that bad once you get rolling. Deborah Musewolf, XRP Max. He's been yelling about X. There are so many things out there. I have been trying to figure this one out for years. I don't know why XRP spawned such a diverse narrative. You know, if you talk to the institutional investor, XRP is the one they want because XRP is designed for institutional investors. Their business model is designed around it. And they will tell you how amazing they think it is that it's centralized, that all the control is inside of one government. I mean, inside of one corporation, that they operate with the strongest central banks on the planet. And then on the other side, you'll hear all kinds of things where XRP is designed for the small guy. And, you know, they're building a world that's going to be more fair and more decentralized. And so you hear these polar opposite narratives. And I've never figured out why or how XRP spawned all of these different stories. I really don't know. And so I'm not certain. We're going to be digging into that one more, though, this week, Deborah, because we will have XRP Part 2 coming out in the next couple of days, where we're going to dig in a bit more to the future prices that XRP could achieve and the future business models that I think they're indicating. I think that XRP is going to be worth far more than it is today, but not because of the reasons that I often hear people talk about. I think it's going to be worth far more for different reasons. But we will be getting into that one in its own separate video because that is there's so much. On that first video, I didn't even realize it had been 40 minutes until I looked at the clock. I was like, oh gosh, I'm not 1/10 of the way through this video and a full deep dive into XRP, and it's already been 40 minutes. So we will be diving back into that one with the next pre-recorded video coming out early this week. And I am looking forward to it because it's a bit more fun. We get to be speculative rather than just going through and seeing what these companies are saying, seeing what all these different analysts are saying. We're going to just be looking at it and going, well, what if? What could the price be worth? What could the business model be worth? And we're also going to dive in to some of the different myths that have been thrown out there. I have heard tell that there are some very, very bold claims about XRP and XLM that it's going to, or that something huge in terms of the world is essentially being structured off of it. Not saying that any of these things are untrue or that people are trying to be misleading, but we're going to dive into some of that one. And so I'm going to be very careful with my word choice as I go throughout that part of the video, because I do not in any way want to offend anyone that does have any beliefs in regards to it. But we have to remain logical. We have to go off of the things we can prove. When it comes down to it, that's the only way we can come to a logical thesis on why we should hold or own a cryptocurrency. We have to go off of the facts as they are presented in front of us, and we have to make our decisions from there. We can't just throw money at walls and hope in regards to that one. We have to have a good reason behind why we believe it's going to work out that way. And so I will be going through and presenting some reasons in part two, which I imagine is going to end up being, part two of 5 parts in the long run for XRP. But we will be diving into that one, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be the time for everyone to come with whatever the biggest thing you've ever heard about, or the craziest, the most true, the most untrue, whatever. I'm going to be looking to the community to really let me know what all you've heard about XRP out there in the wild west of crypto in the internet. I'm going to be looking to try and clear some of the fog away. We're going to go through and we're going to say, these are the things that I can prove aren't true. These are the things I can prove are true. These are the things I can't prove either way. And we're going to lay it out in that fashion so that hopefully there is more of a concise narrative going into the future on what XRP is building and what its future might look like, because it does have a bright future. All right, though. U.S. senators warn of countries using Tether to circumvent sanctions. And so this actually goes back to that stablecoin bill that is being pushed in the House of Representatives, and I think is now actually on its way to the Senate at this point. But senators sent letters to several departments about Russia, Iran, and North Korea possibly using Tether stablecoin to avoid U.S. sanctions. You're going to keep hearing about this one, guys. The reason that the U.S. government is going to keep complaining about stablecoins, keep complaining about all these things, is because they want their cut. They want to have control over it. They don't want a corporation having control over a stablecoin pegged to the U.S. dollar. In all honesty, do I believe that they care in the slightest form that Russia, Iran, North Korea, or any other country is utilizing this currency? No, I don't believe they do actually care. But they do care a whole lot about protecting the petrodollar and protecting the weapon that is the U.S. fiat currency. It is the ability for our government to go in and influence a country without having to fire a shot. And so they're not going to allow that ability to fade into the nether without a serious fight. And of course, we see everyone's favorite, Senators Elizabeth Warren and Roger Marshall, asked the Biden administration several clarifying questions related to Russia, Iran, and North Korea's possible use of the USDT stablecoin. So, interesting to say the least. Earlier in April, Deputy Treasury Secretary Wally Adeyemo, I'm certain I didn't say that right, said the active use of cryptocurrencies by Hamas, North Korea, and the Russian military-industrial complex led to Congress needing to approve new powers. Anytime the government shows up and says that they're here to help, I think that all of us know that they're not here to help and that we should probably be running for the hills. Ronald Reagan's very, very famous quote, the scariest words in the English language: I'm with the government and I'm here to help. That's kind of what I get when I hear that U.S. Congress wants to expand their powers in order to keep us safe. So far, at no point has our government ever expanded their powers and then kept us safe with them. At least not for long. Eventually, those expanded powers get used against us, and I have no doubt that's not what they intend to do in terms of stable coins and anyone who attempts to circumnavigate the Fed's ability to keep on printing. All right, though. USDC overtakes USDT to become transactional volume market leader. And so I'm not actually certain on this, and I actually kept this article up because when I look at the volumes, I still see Tether at 31.7 billion and USDC at right under 7 billion. So I'm curious on this one. USDC, I would say, is the stable coin that I like to hold most often if I think I'm going to be holding it for a long time. If I am trading quickly, I use Tether. I use Tether because it has the most liquid markets and because it does have the highest market volume. And remember, volume, whenever you see volume in a market, what that means is that it is far more appealing to an investor because it's liquid. It means that when I want to sell, I can sell. When I want to buy, I can buy at the best price. And so volume is something that is always going to be looked for by traders and by serious investors. They're going to want to know how much volume is there because that is an indication of how liquid they are in terms of being able to cash out, buy more, yada, yada. So I'm curious to see if this is proven in any form or fashion. What I would say is that undoubtedly USDC is increasing at a higher rate in terms of their volume than Tether is. And more bad news. Crypto investment outflows reached 3-week streak with $435 billion. So we are seeing more and more ETF dollars leaving the market. We have definitely scared off some of the more conservative financial investors. And when I say conservative in this sense, guys, it is conservative and in the fashion of fiscal conservatism. A conservative person is going to be tight with the purse strings, not a matter of their political views, a matter of how they view their bank account and their investments. Conservative in that fashion are not feeling it. And so this article will continue, as all the rest, to be up on the links page for the day for anyone that is interested in checking that out. What has been somewhat positive news is that Hong Kong, who just recently opened up Bitcoin ETFs, is anticipating that their ETF volumes are going to end up actually surpassing US ETF deposits. And so the Asian market is planning on, or at least seems poised to take advantage of US investors and US banks and US regulators' aversion to cryptocurrency. Well, Hong Kong and China and everyone else in their sphere, they're not avoiding it. They are embracing it, and that means they are going to end up collecting a lot of money that should be being kept in the United States. Instead, it's going to flow out. Remember, when it comes to cryptocurrency, all you have to do to lose our money is make us angry enough to get on a plane. That's it. The money's gone. All I have to do, if we're thinking about this in a hypothetical situation of how easy it is for millions of dollars to disappear, it is nothing more than me picking up my ledger and booking a plane ticket. And so we have got to keep that in mind when we scare off cryptocurrency holders. They are capable of literally uprooting at a drop of a hat. You can go anywhere on the planet. And so we need to keep in mind that we cannot go irritating these people and expect them to not leave. And when they leave, their expertise, their innovations, their inventions, and their capital leaves with them. And so we got to keep that in mind, that it doesn't take me packing anything more than this. And congratulations, I live in the Philippines now. Wherever is going to appreciate money, that is where money is going to go. That's a universal rule of money. Money goes where it's most appreciated. And so when it comes to crypto money, it is very easy. It is very easy to go where you're appreciated. Not near as easy if you start to talk about, moving your wheelbarrows of gold. Somebody's going to have a question when you try to check that bag at the airport. All right, though. And yes, guys, I am not going much longer. I am just going to wrap up the last couple of these links. And then I am going to go and rest my voice. But U.S. stablecoin to cement dollar dominance, fight sanction evasion. Of course, this is another opinion. This is a guy that is a huge supporter of the Gillibrand Stablecoin Act. I disagree with him, but I am not going to keep y'all from hearing both sides of the argument. And so this one is up there for anyone that does want to see what the analysts are saying that do support the stablecoin bill. What do they have to say? What are their arguments for it? It is worth checking out. I would dive more into it if I didn't want to rush through some of these before everyone starts to listen to me croak like a toad. DOJ's Tornado Cash arguments show obvious disdain for privacy. Tornado Cash is what is actually known as a crypto mixer. They became very, very infamous quickly when a lot of different people stole money and then utilized their service in order to clean the money. And so what Tornado Cash allows you to do is you put crypto in, and then a whole bunch of crypto all swirls together. And of course, I'm making up an analogy here to try to explain an extremely complex technological innovation. But what Tornado Cash does and what these mixers do is you put crypto in, other people put crypto in, and what their tornado does is essentially it makes it impossible to figure out where your money's about to pop back out the other side. And so it allows for someone who doesn't want anyone to know what they spend their money on or how much money they have. It allows you to hide it because you can go in there with a wallet where people do know that it's you. They know that you're the thief or you're the whatever. You put it into Tornado Cash, and then it spits out into another wallet that is not connected to you in any form or fashion. And so that is something that, of course, the US government doesn't like because they do not like us having our privacy. And of course, they are going to protect us. They're going to protect us from all these criminals that would use this technology to hide our money. And so that they're coming after them. All right, though. X in goal revealed after Elon Musk teased a crypto payments bombshell that could blow up the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Dogecoin. So Elon Musk is teasing that Twitter at some point will become a full stop financial shop that is focused on providing easy access for cryptocurrency to be used as payments. And so for those that are Elon Musk fans like myself, this one is a particularly interesting read, came out yesterday, and I would highly recommend reading this one. I am optimistic that Twitter is actually planning on going through with it. I do think that something that is a little speculative here is which cryptocurrencies are going to be used. XRP makes a lot of sense. Bitcoin doesn't make but so much sense. Ethereum makes a bit more sense, but Dogecoin makes no sense besides it being Elon Musk's favorite meme coin. Maybe he's willing to do it just for that sake, but it doesn't really make sense logically. And continuing forward, this is another one where I'm not going to dive into it, but it will be in the links. This fully ridiculous argument convinced me to buy Bitcoin and hold it forever. Coming from the Motley Fool. This is a very, very interesting article about a guy who had avoided ever being a Bitcoin holder. And then the argument that convinced him that he should buy and hold forever. That one will be there for everyone to check out. And then, of course, a last fun one is learning a little bit more about what RFK Jr.'s blockchain ideas are. He does have cryptocurrencies that are out there that are spawning all around him as a public character. And so just an interesting one. And I imagine if I keep talking, though, I'm going to end up sounding like RFK before the end of this. So I am going to go ahead, guys, and bid everyone adieu. Thank you so much for tuning in. David, I may have to go start Whiskey and Wisdom a few days earlier. I think my throat would appreciate a hot toddy. I guess I've never had one, but I tend to avoid liquor at just about all costs. But right now, whiskey actually sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and head out of here, guys. But I will be getting all of these links over there into the Discord for everyone to check out. And we will be having a new video that is releasing on XRP Part 2 this week. And then we have another surprise video that will be coming out after Whiskey and Wisdom. So sometime like Thursday, we'll have another video come out. So please do tune in on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next stream. Look for our XRP Part 2 video. And then we will proceed from there. If not, I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful week. And I, of course, will see everyone over on the original Mark C at Whiskey and Wisdom on Wednesday. And I think before then as well, if my voice manages to work with us. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful one, and we will chat soon.